This is early February right now, so naturally it's time for the club's annual polar plunge. Let's get into it. Today, we're diving Lake Jocassee, one of South Carolina's most beautiful lakes. Created in 1973, the lake is fed by 4 mountain streams, creating a body of water with 30 to 50 foot viz, something you'd be hard pressed to find at any other lake in the area. Today, water temps are hovering right around 51 degrees Fahrenheit, so hopefully 2 5mm wetsuits and a 7mm hood should keep me nice and warm. Today, because the extra neoprene, I'm having to essentially double the amount of weight I usually use, from 10 pounds to 20 pounds. Hopefully this, combined with the extra weight of the steel cylinder, should help me to be able to stay down with ease. All right, I'm all set up and ready to go. We finally got some more club divers showing up. Let's go check in and see how they're doing. This morning, we're gonna be hitting an advanced dive called the Trees. Because Lake Jocassee was once a valley, there exist places where there are trees underwater still standing. And in some of these locations, divers have brought it upon themselves to create dive sites by hanging things such as flags, signs, and even in some cases, fake skeletons and other fun trinkets. As our gear prep draws to a close, we look over everything to make sure nothing's missing and everything's in good working order. And then, it's almost time to suit up and hop in the water. And now, it's time for the fun part. Trying to put on all the wetsuits. I had to get a little help for wetsuit too. Let's get it! Ah! Now, it's time to hop in. Without further ado, let's get into the lake. As I enter the water, the cold slowly but surely finds its way into the wetsuits, and soon, my buddies join me. Yeah, yes sir, right there. Woo! It's every bit as cold as we were anticipating. We will be feeling every bit of a polar plunge today.
All right, I'm gonna put your camera in the car.
And now we switch over to the GoPro. Today, we're using the Hero 1, so the footage might be a little grainy. As we start to descend, the light begins to disappear, and it's time to turn on our dive lights. It's easy to get turned around in the green abyss, but luckily we have a line that points us exactly where we need to go. And soon enough, we arrive. The trees. Their skeletal branches becoming a home for mementos left behind by divers with a good sense of humor. Looking upward is an interesting scene. the light filtering through, creating a green sky. At right around 100 feet, we don't stay here long. The cold temperatures and the lack of feeling in our limbs making us head back to the surface a lot quicker than we usually would. And then, on our way back to the surface, treasure. On the way back up, we hit a couple more fun locations, and then it's time to take our safety stop and get out of the water. More divers are arriving, and it's time to reconvene with the rest of the group. Alright guys, we just hit our first dive. It was an advanced dive down right around 100 feet at a little dive site called the Trees. It went smoothly. As you can see, looking back that way, the rest of the gang is here. They're suiting up right now. We're about to get right back into the water.
Jackson, how cold's the water? Worm. He ain't waited. Yeah, Josh! Get it!
Oh, it's cold.
It's frigid, actually.
You're just a 1?
I'm just at 1.5.
After a little delaying the inevitable, it's time to get back under the surface. This time, we hit up a shallow water shipwreck right around 30 feet in depth. And perched on top of it is the monkey, a club icon. Before long, everybody begins to filter out of the water. It's a fun dive, but because of the temperatures, nobody wants to stay in the water very long. Even though it might not be ideal conditions for diving, it's still a great time. There's something special about embracing the cold temperatures together, and despite it all, enjoying the sport that we all love. This has been Zach with the Clemson Scuba Club. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one.